With the incoming closure of the Mirage and an idea to film the Volcano Show to post to our channel, I felt that wasn't enough and decided to instead document a video that we can all look back on to remember the Mirage for what it was. So today's episode is a look at the iconic Mirage, viewing a few memorable sights and closing with a full showing of their famous volcano show that jump-started the Las Vegas Strip into the powerhouse it is today. So join me as I take you on a walk to remember at the Mirage on today's episode of James and Paul Try It All. The Mirage was opened on November 22, 1989 by Steve Wynn, who purchased the land in 1986. Construction of this property took 2 years at the cost of $630 million. At the time of its opening, the Mirage was the first mega resort on the Las Vegas Strip. This truly was a groundbreaking property, and it set the stage for many other large resorts that we see today. In fact, Steve Wynn moved on to take his experience in opening the Mirage to create Bellagio. And of course, later, Wynn and Encore. At the time of its opening, it debuted with several attractions that were not traditional for a Vegas casino at that time, including an animal habitat with dolphins and tigers, an atrium with a tropical forest, and a volcano that provided entertainment from outside of the resort. As far as live entertainment, the Mirage showcased boxing matches to compete with Caesar's Palace next door, as well as being the first Las Vegas property to feature Cirque du Soleil. The Mirage was also home to Siegfried and Roy, who have entertained many with their iconic illusions and tigers. For a place with a history of making Vegas what it is today, I felt that we needed to provide you with more than just a short video of the volcano show. So while James had to head back to the hotel, joining me on my walk through this property is a good friend of the channel, Mr. J.K. Grants, Vegas enthusiast and former cocktail critic for the Phoenix New Times. He has a wealth of knowledge and memories of this property. Many thanks to him for all of his help in making this video. And now with the history out of the way, let's take a walk down memory lane. So this video is going to be a little bit different than our usual videos. We're going to basically kind of do a little bit of a walk around, kind of as a last hurrah, because by the time that you may see this video, this property will be closed down. It's not going to reopen until 2027, and essentially it's going to be replaced with a giant guitar. So we're going to go ahead and just take a look at a lot of the sites.
Walking through the Atrium is an iconic part of the Mirage. One of the many things that I will dearly miss once this becomes the Hard Rock, scheduled in 2027.
Yep. Are they going to get rid of this atrium though?
They are pretty much going, from what I've been told, they are going to gut the property from top to bottom.
Oh my god!
Nothing that you see now is going to be something that you will see when it reopens in 2027.
Let's go ahead and take a look at all of this stuff in the atrium. That is amazing, but it's hard to believe that they're going to just get rid of this.
Sadly, like many things in Vegas, its time has come. It's one of the things that I've learned from visiting Las Vegas for many, many years now is if you want to see something in Vegas, go ahead and see it. Don't tell yourself that it'll be here next time, because it might not. This entire hotel is going to be something different starting after July. It'll be gone and will be completely converted to the Hard Rock. Also, as you stop and listen a little bit, you hear the crickets, and I'm pretty sure, much like outside at the start of the volcano show, that those probably recorded, given how much exterior noise there is going on right now.
I will say this atrium is just very beautiful. It's gonna be so sad that it's gonna be gone, because frankly, there's something just so tropical about this. And I know that that's what he was going for when he built this place.
This being the beginning of the Las Vegas Strip as we know it now. There were things before it, but this was what kicked off the new generation.
I mean, it's hard to also believe that we wouldn't have what we have today without this type of thing. And also what I really love about this is if you look up through the atrium, you can look up and you can see the sign, you can see the hotel tower behind it. Everything just, it's on such a grand scale that for the time that it was built,
I don't think you can comprehend that.
When this was built, this was truly like nothing else on the Strip at all. The closest you would come is the Desert Inn, where the Wynn is standing now. And even then, it wasn't even close. This was something completely different. This was a huge gamble. And it paid off more than anyone can imagine. Although we do have the statues.
Yes.
The mermaid statues, those are going away too, almost certainly.
Oh.
As people enjoy the bronze nipples there. One of the subtly iconic parts of Mirage is the front desk. Because they put in the aquarium. Steve Wynn had realized that if you give people something to look at while they're checking in, they won't notice that the line is ridiculously long. And so everybody gets distracted by these gorgeous tropical fish. It's one of those things you just kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
But when this becomes the Hard Rock, I'm oddly going to miss it. I've only ever stayed at Mirage once, but there's just something about it.
I mean, I'm someone that can literally just look at aquariums and just watch fish for hours.
Exactly, and that's why Steve Wynn put it in here in the first place.
We released an episode on the Shark Reef at Mandalay Bay, and I just have to say that, aquariums are something that is near and dear to my heart. Well, shall we move on at least and take a look at a few more things before we see the last volcano show of the night?
To be complete.
So this is our last chance to go ahead and, give it a good look. Give it a good walkthrough before it's no longer available for us to do so. So here's the theater that holds the Beatles Love by Cirque du Soleil. Now I have to be 100% honest here that I have actually never seen the show. I know, shame on me.
And shame on me indeed. This show looks amazing, and I have heard so many good things about it. As a fan of the movie across the universe, I can only imagine what level of detail the performers put into the show to bring the iconic music of the Beatles to life. It is going to be sad to see this one go. Let us know in the comments if you have memories or stories about seeing this show.
With that being said, I've heard a lot of great things about the show. Shall we go up ahead and take a look at the iconic...
The hallway into the theater is so photogenic.
I mean, I'm just loving the British flag up here. This is a pretty iconic looking hallway. Do you think that the Hard Rock would have any plans to return to this if...
They are getting rid of the Beatles Love.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't quite fit in with the theme of the casino. So, I will say I do look forward to whatever they happen to replace it with. But it's definitely interesting standing here, thinking about that I'm possibly looking at this particular view for the last time. It's one of those ones that Vegas changes so quickly. When they announce that things are changing, it's kind of fun getting to get a little bit of closure.
And of course, there's the Beatles shop, which iconically goes right with the show.
It's like I'd been trying to figure out. It's like when I saw that Hard Rock was going to be taking over the whole thing. It's like, oh yeah, I can see why the Hard Rock brand might not want to do something involving the Beatles. Wait, what?
I'm not sure how that makes any sense, to be honest, because this is still rock and roll. Maybe not Hard Rock's version of rock and roll, but...
It's apparently we're looking at more of 70s and 80s rather than late 1960s. They have made their decision. Where this is still, the Mirage is still a vibrant property.
I mean, it's still a very vibrant property right in the middle of the Strip. There's still a lot of... Everyone's out here just enjoying themselves, and it's kind of different.
And every time I've come into the property here, I've had a great time. They have some really fun staff.
Let's take a walk down this hall. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people enjoying just the tables here. They even have a nice little high limit room. So I know this is a little bit of a different video than what we normally do for you all. I do hope that you are enjoying just everything that we're bringing to you through this video. We're gonna go out and take one more look at the Mirage Volcano and give you one last look at the show.
A few minutes later.
All right, so we are back out on the Strip here, and we are gonna show you the volcano show in its entirety just one more time, just to remember the Mirage and remember, what has been in Las Vegas. So let's go ahead and enjoy the volcano show in its entirety one more time.
1 hour later.
Alright, so we are on our way back to the hotel here. And after seeing that volcano, I am going to miss it, and I know that it has a lot of history for a lot of people. Unfortunately, I wish that I had more of a history with it, but I know that a lot of you do, and I wanted to bring you one last hurrah. With that being said, whether you've been a part of it, whether you've stayed there, it is an iconic piece of Vegas history. So let's go ahead and share our stories in the comments. And if anyone that you know of has stories of the Mirage, go ahead and share this video with them. Give them one last tour of the property before it's gone. It's kind of surreal to think that the Mirage Volcano is going to be a long gone piece of history. So I want to go ahead and end this with one final thought here. Will there one day be a day when the Bellagio fountains are no longer a thing? Will there one day be a thing that we lose icons throughout Las Vegas? Now, with that being said, we do hope that you enjoyed the content that was brought to you today, even if it was in a different format. And I do want to also apologize for James not being in the video. He was just not feeling well. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider giving this video a like or a subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and it really helps our content be seen by more people and viewers like you. I want to thank you all for all of your support and end it with this. May we all love Las Vegas for what it is and for what the future brings to us while we mourn all the things that we lose. With that, we hope that you enjoyed. Have a great one.